over here.
This video starts with what seems to be some sort of construction worker arguing with a cop about the motives behind his stop. The worker is providing the officer with his license and what appears to be work-related credentials. The audio starts with the construction worker getting out of his vehicle.
You have anything concealed, any weapons, anything like that?
No.
Okay, well what's with the attitude?
Nothing.
No, you have an attitude, and what's your problem?
I don't have no problem.
Yes, you do.
I'm good.
I can pull you over if I want,
That's fine.
because I have a right to ask you what you're doing over there.
work for him.
Okay, it didn't look like you were working. Step back from me some, too.
The interaction starts a bit heated when the cop seems to have a problem with the way the defendant is expressing himself. If you get pulled over and you know you have done nothing wrong, it's understandable that you would also be frustrated with the situation. Our hero proudly states that he has the power to pull anyone if he wants. He seems to be implying that the reason for his stop is because it looked like the worker didn't belong there. Now, it is true that the vehicle has no company decal, but you can see from the bed of this pickup truck that it is in fact a working truck. Also, the guy might have seemed out of place, but did someone call to report him? No one did. So even if you are suspicious and have the power to stop someone, you should be the one approaching the situation with a lighter touch instead of your macho mentality. You ask this poor guy to step out of his vehicle and he complies with your request, as any person should. Then you almost threaten this guy and demand for him to back up like you are in the mafia. When did cops have free reign to intimidate people at this level? This interaction went from 0 to 100 at this moment.
Okay, it didn't look like you were working. Step back from me some, too.
Oh.
You get up on me again, we're gonna have problems. I'm glad you think this is a joke, sir.
I work for him.
What were you doing over there? And why aren't you in a marked vehicle? But I didn't see you doing no work over there. And
You
then
want to go back over there and open the door?
You're gonna put your hands behind your back.
This guy's expression screams that he is in shock and disbelief as to what is happening to him. Just a regular day at work and John Gotti appears to have become a police officer now? No wonder this guy is in such a state of disbelief.
Because right now, yeah, you're obstructing with my operation.
No, let me tell you. I work for him. Look at all this stuff back here.
What did I tell you about getting up on me, sir? Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. You're about ignorant. Get over here.
A person may smile or exhibit other seemingly out of context behavior when they're nervous or anxious, such as during a traffic stop. If an officer responds to this behavior by intimidating or acting aggressively, like this officer did, it can potentially escalate the situation and increase the person's distress, rather than creating a sense of safety and cooperation. The individual may become more anxious or fearful, which could potentially lead to more miscommunication or misunderstanding, further escalating the situation. This officer should know that a more helpful approach is to remain calm, respectful, and professional, recognizing that nervousness is a natural reaction for many people during a traffic stop. By promoting clear communication and mutual respect, officers can help to diffuse tension and ensure a more positive outcome. I can guarantee you this guy doesn't even know the definition of professional. As I see what happened, it baffles me to witness an officer utilizing such unnecessary force on an individual who is already restrained with handcuffs. I find myself questioning when such behavior became endorsed as an acceptable practice within the police force. The way this officer pushes and pulls the individual leaves no room for ambiguity. Clearly, he is suffering from issues related to anger management and an arrogant ego. Being a police officer is a role that carries immense responsibility and influence. It's not merely about the power that comes with the badge, nor the protection that the uniform affords. It's fundamentally about safeguarding and serving the community with respect, compassion, and fairness. These traits, however, seem to be sorely lacking in this officer.
You move again. What did I tell you about getting up on me?
I wasn't. I was just trying to tell you something that I could prove that I was for him.
What did I tell you about getting up on me?
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Now, you want to be close some more?
I'm sorry.
You better shut your mouth.
It's difficult to comprehend how he believes that his display of excessive force contributes to the safety and well-being of the community he's supposed to protect. Disgusting display of police overreach.
Come here. You set your ass right there. And you move from there and I'm gonna ride your... You understand?
Strong and inspiring words, I guess this guy failed de-escalation 101. The phrase bad apples is often used in discussions about problematic police officers who display abusive or unethical behavior, like the officer in this scenario. The saying's origin, one bad apple can spoil the whole barrel, implies that one individual's negative actions can have a negative effect on an entire group, in this case a police department, where the conduct of a single officer can damage public trust, potentially tainting the reputation of the entire department. The officer's actions in this incident, summoning the individual, harshly belittling him, insisting on eye contact, and finally, the dare to move, are all indicators of an individual who is not merely asserting his authority, but appears to be reveling in the power he has. These actions go beyond what is necessary or appropriate for maintaining order and ensuring compliance with the law. Instead, it suggests an officer driven by a desire for control and dominance, rather than a commitment to serving and protecting the community.
If you're nervous for what? What did you do? Right. So what are you nervous about? How do you think I feel? I'm out here by myself. I don't know if you've got a gun in there. And then I walk up on you and you jump me all verbally.
Even after this guy genuinely tells this officer that he is nervous, he still acts like a jack. The victim was only asking a reasonable question. Why are you stopping me, officer? Something that he is allowed to ask and you have to legally respond to, but I doubt this guy paid any attention at all at the academy. It's extraordinary that even in the face of such unprofessional conduct from the officer, the victim maintains a polite demeanor. This individual's reaction showcases the need for respectful communication and a high degree of emotional resilience, even under stressful circumstances. It's a stark contrast to the officer's behavior and, unfortunately, a testament to the areas of law enforcement that need significant improvement.
Alright, and this is all being recorded, so don't later on try to complain that I roughed you up or anything like that. Because you know I should take you to jail, right? Okay. Yep. You don't understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you want, I'll take more of your time and we'll go through the books and I'll let you see it.
This officer, realizing he had acted improperly, resorts to intimidation or threats to deter a citizen from filing a complaint. By suggesting they have the discretion to arrest the individual and insinuating they have the power to decide the outcome of a potential complaint, the officer is attempting to manipulate the situation and exercise unchecked authority. By pointing out that the recording of the interaction would justify his actions reflects an attempt to exploit the person's potential lack of knowledge about their rights and the law. It also underscores a misuse of body cameras, which are intended to provide an impartial record of events and ensure officer accountability, not to intimidate or dissuade citizens from seeking redress. This behavior is problematic on several levels. It undermines trust in law enforcement, discourages citizens from reporting police misconduct, and perpetuates a culture of impunity. It's vital that such actions be addressed through proper oversight, training, and accountability measures within police departments in order to ensure that all officers uphold their duty to serve and protect their communities with integrity. Citizens, on the other hand, should be encouraged and empowered to report any instance of misconduct without fear of retribution.